Well, we have got some other fun things going on this morning. We are getting creative with Siobhan, and it's all about repurposing old furniture. It's very easy to do. There's so many cool pieces that you can find. Yard sales, garage sales, thrift stores, and like a couple of bucks.
My favorite is Big Trash Day.
Oh, yes. People throw out all sorts of things.
See, I'm one of those that's like digging around in people's trash that they have out on the front yard, finding things that people think they should just throw away.
Right.
So just always be looking. You never know. So
Where'd you find this little cutie?
Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
It's just a little old antique chair that was made for a kid, I guess. It could also be made for a plant stand, but it's great, but it's not in the best shape. It's got some nicks and stuff, and the color's a little outdated. I mean, it would be nice for a small chair to have a better color. So here comes our chalk paint, and I love our chalk paint.
Do you have to prep the wood first, before you do anything?
Well, that's the part I love the most.
Okay.
So we carry this brand at my store, Shopping with Siobhan, Maison Blanche. But most of the new chalk paints, the best part is a lot of them have already got the primers in it. You don't have to do too much sanding. You pretty much just go in and paint and go, which makes things so much easier. Now, of course, there are certain techniques and things that do require you to do some of the things ahead of time, sanding, priming. This one, I didn't have a whole lot of time. We're just going to throw something on here to change the color a little bit, cover some of the dings that have been going on through the past year. So all you're going to do is just take your chalk paint.
Okay.
I love it. You don't have to do anything other than get a paintbrush. How hard is that? A paintbrush and chalk paint. Find a color you like. And all we're doing here, I'm not going to do the whole chair because it's a little bit of a time thing. Just paint it. That's all you have to do. Just doesn't have to be perfect. Don't try to make everything covered and perfect. All you do is just kind of throw it on, all right? And then it dries very quickly, like very quickly.
Yeah. And chalk paint is real forgiving.
Oh,
right?
Absolutely.
It's so strange. Like it was the greatest invention
when
it first came out because you could paint anything with it.
You can.
And it looked like you were a professional because the coverage is so good.
Absolutely. And I love that it dries quickly because, some paint, it's 2 days of waiting around and it's sticky. So after you've gone ahead and painted it, all right, and you can do different colors. Like if you wanted to get really creative, you could do the back in white and maybe do the seat in a light blue, legs in maybe a yellow, make it a really fun, different chair. So this one here, I'm going to show you. Now that it's dried, I let it dry overnight. But I'm telling you, this paint was pretty much dry within an hour.
Okay.
I could have easily just gone right in and taken care of it. Sandpaper.
Gonna take a little off.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, we put on so we can take it off to make it look still old because it's not a new piece. So just take your sandpaper and start just running in some areas. It doesn't have to be a lot. And once you start doing that, you start making see how it's starting to make it distress?
Yep.
And then it makes it kind of look like an old piece. And it's so easy. I mean, there's just nothing to this. I mean, it can't get any easier than this. And then after you do that, you can do anything on this. You could add any kind of a decor. You can put stencils on them. It's so everything easy. And it's so easy and quick and simple and not expensive.
And a ton of videos online if you're looking for any kind of help. Stick around because Siobhan's got many more ideas coming your way in just a bit. Welcome back to San Antonio Living. We are getting creative this morning with Siobhan. It's all about repurposing old furniture, giving old furniture new life, right?
Just because you get old doesn't mean you have to be thrown away.
Exactly.
I mean, that's not nice.
Yeah. Okay. So what are we doing? I know. We're going to save these things.
Yes.
What are we working with?
Well, these are these beautiful old mirrors. I don't know if you, but they come off of the dressers, the old timey dressers. Yeah, they have the old hardware on them. So I love these mirrors. I think they're just beautiful. And I hate to say this, but nowadays when you go in to buy a mirror, they're expensive.
Yeah, they are.
And they're not even like really made like the old-fashioned way, so they don't last so long, but they're very expensive. And if you look at it, it has beveled glass.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, and the frame is perfect. The wood is awesome. It doesn't look that great. It's all scratched up through years of, talking. Yeah, are we talking to each other?
Hello.
Anyway, we're going to chalk paint it again.
Okay.
I'm going to show you a different technique on this one. So first thing I did is you got to get some painter's tape because you don't want to have to try to clean off the mirror after the fact. You don't want to have to be too precise on this. So I just put painter's tape on the inside. Okay.
Okay.
It's super easy. You can buy it at any of the craft stores or even at Home Depots, Lowe's, all those kind of home do-it-yourself stores. Cover that up. I did the same thing. This time I decided I was going to do, again, white paint. So we're going to just paint it up, okay? And the reason I love the tape so much is you do not have to be perfect at all on this one. And the nice part about this one, even more than the chair a little bit, is that really you're going to really kind of wipe it off. So this one you're not letting dry. Okay, so no drying on this one like you did the chair.
Okay.
So this one you're going to actually paint it really quickly, and then you're going to take a paper towel, rag, whatever you have, and you just want to wipe it.
Oh.
And that's where you're going to begin to get your. So it's kind of cool because you start wiping, okay, and then it starts giving it that old look. And I love that old look because that definitely will change the look of this. The one thing everybody says, okay, well that's great and everything, but the one thing that'd be kind of fun. You can almost add anything to your furniture that you're changing.
Okay.
So in this one, I decided to add some stencil. Okay.
All right.
So it's very easy. You can buy stencils of everything, letters, every possibility. It can be animals, flowers, whatever. And so all I did is get some acrylic paints, and if you'll just keep this colors in your range. If you always keep like the blue, the black, the white, the yellow, and the red, you can make anything with it. And I have a dear friend of mine, Barbie, and she said, okay, Siobhan, you've got to keep that in your house at all times if you're a painter or doing any kind of DIY. So basically, we're just going to take the stencil, and I stenciled the corners of it with both of them.
And you don't have to be perfect because we're going for an old look.
No, and then if you say, okay, well, one looks worse than the other, one looks better than the other, just keep wiping off. And then remember, it dries quickly, so you don't want to wait too long. Some people walk away, and I said, don't walk away. It's going to be all dry, and then you can't do it. So
I love it.
Yeah.
It's easy, and of course, you've inspired us to get a bunch done. Don't throw anything away because you can repurpose it. Stick around. We've got much more with Siobhan coming up here in just a minute on San Antonio Living. Welcome back to San Antonio Living. We are using chalk paint to give old stuff new life. It's very simple because it covers everything real quick.
Real quick.
Yeah.
And take anything old. Sometimes you look at something and go, there's nothing you can do with that to make it look any better. It's old. And that's not true. These are old buoys that are made of wood.
Okay.
They've been around forever. I wish they could talk. They could tell us all kinds of seaman stories.
I'm sure.
And they would tell us how the real big seas were. So I just decided I sell these down at my store in Rockport. And, some people don't know, okay, well, whatever, it's a buoy. What do I do with it? They're mainly going to be decorative. They're not used as a buoy anymore. We have all kinds of modern buoys. So you want to keep it alive because I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So we're adding stencils to it. Stencils are the easiest thing to deal with. And so in this case, we're going to add a stencil to this one. I'm going to let you, I'll kind of walk you through it if you want. So basically pretty easy. Pick your stencils. Remember, you can go to the store and they have every possibility. This is nautical. You can do any kind of things you want. Let's do something maybe a little smaller like turtle or starfish or whatever you want to do.
Let's do turtle.
Okay, the one thing with stencils though, and I had to learn the hard way. Again, my friend Barbie told me, Siobhan, what are you doing? You got yes, you have to actually. So we're going to do the turtle here.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do this. Well, hello, I had it open. Never fails.
You need something to stick it down.
Yes, so we're sticking it down.
Yeah.
Okay, so we stick it down. All right, so then we put it on there, however you want him, sideways, straight up and down. Okay, stenciling, there are brushes that are different. Stencil brushes are round and are very, very dense, and they make it easier to do the stencils. If you have soft brushes, it'll get up underneath the stencils, so that's why they're dense and round. And they come in all sizes. You can just buy a package of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you this one because that one's already done. I picked black just because it could be something that would show up. If you would like to do white, we can. What would you like? Black or white, girl?
I choose
yellow. Can't do it on the orange.
White.
Okay, let's do
to match
white.
this guy.
There
right
you
here.
go. Okay, take your brush, and all you're going to do, just dip into this one. That's chalk. So do this one. Okay, and don't get it wet. You can't have them real wet because if you wet it. Okay, what we're going to do is tap. You tap. You just tap. Keep tapping. Yep. Just tap, 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 tap all the way. We're going to tap dance. Okay. Okay, keep going, keep going. I'll do this side too, just so we'll get it done. So just tap it up. You don't have to be real careful.
Yeah, it doesn't take a lot.
Nope. Just do the whole thing. I might have even, so keep getting it. And the best part is to keep it secured because if it moves, it then will move your picture and you won't have quite the cleanest stencil. So we're good to go, right?
Yep.
We're getting brown on it. Good
I
job,
like
Siobhan.
it because
okay,
now-
and then you got to pull quick.
Look
so
at
then you have
that.
a little turtle. It's nothing big. It just adds a little something to it. It
So
makes
cute,
it look
though.
decorative. You can do different colors on them. Once you do this, if you are really a person that likes to do details, you can come in with a little fine brush and even add other colors to it. It kind of gives you a stencil to start with, and then you can add things to it. It can become
So
a
cute.
true artwork if you really want it to.
I
Now,
love it. You gave me
Yeah.
a lot of
Hang it
ideas
up.
today.
Make
and of
something
course,
different.
if you've got questions, you can connect with Siobhan on social media. She's at Shopping with Siobhan. And of course, you can find out more information when you visit our website, saliving.com.